Quick disclaimer, these videos are meant for educational purposes only. Anything said or shown in any of these videos are personal opinion and my perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, so anything done is your responsibility. Alright, what's going on, guys? There we go, we got the video. We got it all set up, and very quickly, as always. Quick disclaimer, most people in these markets lose money. Everything I'm going to share today is based on a simulated environment and personal opinion only. And yeah, if you don't understand these risks, then you should not be trading. All actions you take are your own and you're responsible, okay? So today I'm here on fxreplay.com. They have a ton of data. It is paid. I have a free subscription just because I know the guy that made it. So he just gave it to me for free, which is amazing. So thank you for him. Basically, it just went to a random time, randomly on GJ. It just randomly decides it. You can see, we can just set this up here. And what happens is if you play price, there we go. You can see very beautifully. It plays live price, then you can play it by the minutes if you wanted to, right? So you can see here, if we play it by the minute and speed it up a little bit, there you go. You can see it playing by the minute. And the cool thing about this whole tool is that, you know, as we jump down, it shows you exactly where we are. So if we keep playing this, you can see like it'll keep going. Let's move it shorter. I mean, not as fast. There we go. Beautiful. Just make it like 2x speed. Right, so you can see it's moving around. Now it's at 151.815. If I jump up to the 4 hour, it's still at that price, and it shows you what the candle looks like during the time. You jump to the daily, same thing. 151.015 during the time. So a very nice tool for basically, you know, trading view like features. I'm here sitting on a $1 million account for my testing account. So what I'm going to be doing today is a little bit more advanced, okay? And I'm getting a call. So give me a second. I must answer this call. Okay, that was a useless call. Don't know why I paused for that, but it's all good. So yeah, this is a great tool. You know, this is just one of the tools out there that work like this that, you know, you can do this with. There's also Forex Tester. There's Soft Forex on the simulator. You could just use basic trading view, but the reason I'm doing it over this tool today is because I kind of want it to be with live price, because today's video, live trading, whatever you want to call it, video, backtesting video, is going to be based on using anticipatory triple M's. What this means, and again, if you have not seen the rest of the course, this video is not for you. Click off it right now, go through the course, because you will just be confused. But if you've been through the course, then some amazing gems await you. So a lot of you know that a triple M on its own, all it is a candle, okay, whose wick reaches above a previous candle's wick, which happens right here, and then the body close is under the previous candle's open. So in this case, this would be a triple M. Now notice, if this was a triple M, which it is, let's put on these. So if this is a triple M, the way you would enter this triple M, usually you'd wait for it to close, you'd enter right here, your stop loss over the high, and then you look to take that short. Now, what do you see as a problem with this? Well, one of the problems I see is a very huge stop loss. Now, an anticipatory triple M is as this candle right here is being created, when it comes and makes this wick above and starts moving down, as somewhere when it's in here or as it keeps moving lower, wherever you actually want to, this is why it's called anticipatory, because you're anticipating the completion of a triple M, you can enter a short. So for instance, if you entered like this and then prices began to fall off, this is still a triple M based entry. It's based on the anticipation of a triple M occurring, right? So the triple M is happening, but theoretically, if you enter here and then price goes like this, at the end of the candle, it won't be a triple M, but you would have lost the trade. So this is based on anticipatory triple M's. Now, today's trading system that I'm going to be showcasing, I'm not going to be going anywhere even below a daily chart. The daily is going to be my lowest time frame. So what I'm going to be looking to show you today is that, one, what we do is fractal in its entirety. Number two, you can apply this on any markets, any days. If you have a job or something, a one-day chart might be suitable for you, because all you have to do is check it once a day to see if it's within an area you now want to watch it, or if you want to walk away. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using multi-time frame analysis to still arrive at my ideas. And I'm going to be entering on anticipatory triple M's like this. So when I know the likelihood direction of a move, or a good potential risk to reward of a move, I'll be looking to enter. Now, something a little bit further that you're going to see most likely happen during this entire backtest is that in its entirety, a triple M is here's a candle with a wick, okay? Then the next candle's wick goes above and the candle closes below this point, right? That's a triple M. So if you want to think about this fractally, what also constitutes a triple M, let's assume just for a second, is let's say you have a candle with a wick, right? Then you have another candle that opens and maybe like goes like this, and then another candle that comes down and closes like here. This is also an example of a triple M. Would be a fractal triple M. Why? Because if you really explain this move, you have this wick of the first candle, right? Then imagine this is one candle. What does that look like? The price opened, right? Reached up above that high, and then came down and closed down here, which would be this, which as you can see is equivalent to a triple M. So this is another way to view triple M's fractally. Now we might not always do this, but it's an example. And to showcase an example right now, if you wanted to be a seller in GJ right now in this moment, right, the triple M could be within this candle, an anticipation if you wanted to call it that, right? Because you have a candle right here with a high, there it is. Price opens and reaches above that high and then comes and closes here. So if you visualize 1, 2, and 3, these three candles, 1, 2, 3, to the right here, candle 1 makes a candle with a high and there's a low, there it is, okay? I'm actually gonna draw it all together. So here's candle 1 with a high, here's the body, just like that, and here's the low. So that's this candle right here, that's candle 1, okay? Candle 2, right, in this case opens, right? It opens here, then it comes and makes a huge wick up. Okay, now we're gonna put 3 together. Instead of closing here, we're gonna basically say number 3 is part of the second candle, so it comes down to this low, boom, right? Makes this body and closes. Now what is this? That is a triple M, which means if you entered inside this candle as it came under this high right here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add one of these guys as, there we go. So again, you can see this is more advanced, so if you haven't seen the course, please make sure you work through that first. But if you look at this line right here, we're gonna make it just black is fine. Notice how the second this candle here crosses under it, it becomes technically a valid triple M across some time frame. Basically is how you have to think about this, because again, we don't work in time frames here. So this right here would be a perfectly valid trade if you were looking for shorts. Now again, for me, the RR just isn't there. This is too large for whatever I might have been wanting to target, so I'm not even going to use that. But I'm introducing you guys to the concept of an anticipatory triple M, which could be entering this as it's forming, or a fractal triple M, which is basically this. And that's what we're going to be using as our main confirm today. Now, I'm not going below the daily at all. I'm staying daily as my highest time frame today, which means analysis is going to take place on the 6 month, 1 month, 1 week, 3 week, all those kind of charts, 3 day, 6 day, around those areas. So simply what we're going to start by doing is we are going to, can I favorite these? How does that work? Oh, nice, it does. Okay, cool. And we're gonna go months, and we're gonna add a 3 month. We're gonna add a 2 month. Oh, I can't do that. That sucks. All right, well, unlucky. Okay, so we're just gonna add some day ones. We're gonna add a 3 day. Okay, you can't do that too. Very, very unlucky. Oh, so we don't have custom time frames. Okay, well, I guess we're just using the daily, weekly, and monthly. It is what it is. But I'm going to showcase what you can do when you have an understanding about where price is likely to head. And if you have a directional bias in any given week, month, whatever it might be, there's still ways to get involved. Now, we're going to see if we can churn a profit just using these triple M anticipations or fractals to our advantage, okay? So we're going to start with a monthly and check out where we are, okay? Very simple. Clearly in a very large bearish range. We actually don't know where we are on this monthly because we don't have more data, but that's fine because we can play with the intermediary formulas of what's going on here, right? And intermediary, what we had is we had this breakdown, which made this low that got absorbed. And since then, price has traded up and broken that high. Very simple. So now we exist within a bullish range. Monthly is theoretically bullish. You know, you likely have a target just at this high, right? Would be the next target. Very simple. Yep, that would be the next target. If price does begin to go down, you know, I'd be anticipating it to come down into these areas here, but those are far from now, so I'm basically gonna ignore them entirely, and we're gonna jump down to a weekly. Okay, very simple. Weekly, what do we have here? What is it showcasing to us? Now the weekly, it looks like it was in a, see if I can make this a different color just for fun. There we go. I like that color more. We're gonna make this one that color as well. Okay, cool. So weekly was in a bearish market environment. Then it broke this high, made an MB1, right? Then rebroke back down, made an MB1. Then rebroke back up, making an MB1. This is usually what we would call an accumulation model, and it's likely has accumulated and now wants to go long This does not qualify as a pullback here, so we are still within MB1. That entire MB is coming from some deep areas in here. They don't really matter. We just have a lot of price action to work with. Until we start coming back down here, I wouldn't really worry about these too much. What we could do is we could draw in the two main areas from which this is actually coming from. I'm going to do this. There we go. I'm going to draw the two main areas from which this move is coming from. But again, remember, we do not force sells for the purpose of getting to zones. We only take sells if there is clarity as to why there may be a sell. But right now, this market is extremely bullish, and I'd honestly just want to see it remain bullish. Okay. Is this the, yeah, nice. We have that color. Yeah, I don't know. Something about the browns has been getting me. I like these brown colors a lot. Now, okay, we have the monthly and the weekly pretty much analyzed. There's definitely a bullish market side on this currently. Let's see where the daily's at. Okay, so daily, as part of the bullish scenarios supporting this overall market currently, began to make bullish breaks. So we have a few bullish MBs happening, and then we have, actually we're still in the bullish MB. So let's actually go left to right and figure out where we were. We had a bearish break here of some sort. Yeah, it looks something like that. And then we had an MB1. MB1, MB2, MB3. So yeah, we are either, and this MB right here that was created was also off of a cluster. So you can see this is clustering, which, you know, basically shows us orders are holding this area up. So there's likelihood that this area right here will receive really nice mitigation, which is already happening. And from there, we're seeing prices delivering long. So I want to see that price deliver long. So you can see that we spoke at the start of this that, you know, there may be a sell in here, but in this scenario here, I personally wouldn't take a sell. I'd look for a reason to actually get long. Okay, so yeah, let's ask ourselves if there's a good RR at any given point to potentially get long. Now, the thing about doing this is that we need to be very careful, right? Price can range in here for a long time, and if it does, and we're just trying to take triple M longs, it's going to eat away at our accounts. Now, we had a good triple M that occurred in here that we could have taken. This is a beautiful triple M right here, and you know that trade, this on its own, was a very, very good trade. And you'd be looking to hold this up, right? Now, again, each one of these, I'm going to treat them as bursts. So what I've noticed from my triple M testing is that once you get into triple M, you get burst moves. And then after those burst moves, you just want to manage very, very aggressively. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay. So currently, I don't think I want to be looking to get involved. I'm not even going to be looking at lower timeframes. This is the lowest time frame I'm going to get to. But right now, bullish is showing itself very nicely. We're going to jump down to the 4 hour here. How fast does this move? Holy. Okay, we don't want to move that quick. Okay, yes, we do. What does this do? Shortcut. Sync time frame with chart. How does this work? Okay, we're fine. What does that do? Okay, it goes a little faster. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for an opportunity that provides a triple M that looks like it's worthy of taking upwards. Right now, what can that look like? So let's actually focus on what's happening with price here. Price is going bullish. It's moving bullish. It's showing bullish. It just made an intermediary break here. Again, intermediary can be used with wicks, so this is perfectly fine. And that's coming off of this S&D 2.0. So if we get trades back into the S&D 2.0s, then there could be potential reason to get long again. So yeah, if we get that, we're going to look to get long. Okay. See if we get down there. Price comes down, makes a wick. I mean, none of this is really important. Okay, so intermediary wise, okay, price is making some extra pushes in here that are bullish as well, right? So again, when you're playing intermediary, because again, we're not going to a lower time frame, you can play with the time frames, right? So I'm not using full on pullback rule here. For these, I use my personal pullback rule, but here we can use zones of S&D 2.0s and rules like that. So fractal, we have some kind of structural break here, and as a result, we have an S&D that's supporting that move right here. So again, if we get triple M's from here, there's no reason why we can't take them. So let's see if we get a tap. So we get a tap. I'm going to slow this down now. And very simply, we have to ask ourselves what will make this triple M. So either on this candle, it pushes back up and makes a triple M because it closes above this high, or in the next candle, we can get position. So let's see what happens here. How do I speed this up? Is that fast? Whoa. Calm down, buddy. Okay, so we're just going to wait for this to close. I actually don't know when this candle is going to close. 11:08, so it's going to close probably, it's a daily, so way later, right? So this is actually a scenario where you could consider an anticipatory triple M, right? because you don't know if it's going to close as a triple M or not. But what it's doing is it's showcasing that, one, it got below this low and couldn't sustain it. Two, it's hitting an S&D you expected potential buys to be coming in from. And three, you already have a pretty bullish bias on this overall market. So what you could do is you could enter current price, just like that, stop loss below the low, and then look for your continuation up, right? So just like that, boom. Where's the place order button? Place order. Fantastic. So we're going to look at 0.5%. Actually, we're trading a much higher time frame, so 1% risk is not crazy. We're doing 1% risk on a $1 million account, but that's not something you need to worry about. It's currently set to limit, so I guess we'll go a little bit higher. Discard. We'll place order again. 1% selected. Looking good. Buy limit. Looking good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not. Looking classy. Looking very nice. I think that'll work, right? Save. So hopefully that should tap us in, right? If we press play now. Okay, so we got tapped in. Very good. So now we're gonna go into very, very aggressive management. Okay, we're gonna jump back up to a 4-hour. Now we're just gonna let this play out. If it takes us out, then that's fine. That's part of the game, right? Because again, we entered based on the anticipatory triple M. So next candle started. We're good. Nothing to manage yet. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay. That's great. Sure. So this is what I'm talking about by a burst, right? When a burst like this occurs, I want to look to exit some of my position usually, okay? Because usually you'll get bursts of movement that then stop. So instead of doing that, I usually want to see a burst that happens for at least 1 to 3 candles. And that's for any time frame. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to trail now the stop loss with the low presented, okay? Very simple. So risk is off now. TP is infinite. We don't care about that right now. We're just looking to play this as it goes, okay? Clear the high. Again, I want to see 3 candles at least before I look to partial anything. So I'm just going to let this do its thing. That's 1 candle. This is the second candle. Second candle played. We'll move our stop loss to below that one now. Very, very simple. Keeping the management game simple. 1, 2, and now on the third. So now this would be the third day. As it makes a push up, if it does, I want to look to partial some of it out fully. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. So as this is making a larger move, I'm just going to let it see if it wants to make a bigger move. Basically around the close of it, I will partial a position. Okay. So there we go. So we get the close there. And now very simply, how do I press close? Close position. Beautiful. We're going to close 70. No, not 75. I want to close like 80% of the position. Very simple. 80% of the position gets closed after about 3 candles. They made the burst that I was looking for because this is what I've noticed about triple M's. So we're going to go save. Did it close? Amount to close. We'll close it, bro. Save. What the fuck? Okay, so please close now. Let's make it like a 1 minute and just play it. Fuck, it closed everything. All right, well, mistakes were made, but that's fine. What would have happened, just so you guys know, is stop loss would be moved to this low. Okay. That is so annoying. Whatever. It would have been stopped out anyway, but it's still annoying because I wanted to showcase it. Nonetheless, that trade's complete, and we'll keep going, okay? So, we'll get rid of this now because that's been met. This has now broken that high. Very good. Played that triple M very nicely. This is still theoretically a double MB, but it's already made another shift in here. Right, so this would make this intermediary a double MB. This would make this still valid. That would make this also a cluster that's building, still valid as well. So both of these are fine for a potential long if anything like that presents itself. Weekly is still relatively the same, right? It's not completed yet, and it will complete, I don't know when, so it's fine. Monthly is still chilling and in the same spot. So let's move on. All right, so that's trade 1. Cool. Very, very cool. So I don't want to see anything now. I want to see it come back into a zone. I want to see it present something. Otherwise, I'm not going to really look to take anything here. So we're getting some intermediary breaks here, right? This would be like the, so now we're actually making, if you followed this break here, this would be break 1, This would be its own break 2 right here. This would be a break 3. This would be a break 4 that just clustered. And I would not want to trade this, right? I'd actually want to see a short soon, because 4 MBs, usually at 4 or 5 MBs, we start seeing potential shorting coming in. So we're going to allow a triple M to potentially take us short here, okay? So let's see if we get something clear. So this is making so this was already a triple M, but then this began to support that movement, right? And it's closing below that low. So now we have what we would call a fractal triple M. So very simply, we are just going to enter a sell, look for a burst down, all good. And we're going to go place order. We're going to go for 1% risk again. Very simple. Sell, market, save. And I think we're in, okay? Cool. Yes, we are. So now we're in. We're just going to let the burst come in. So again, up to 3 candles at least. 1. So again, we want to see a burst of at least 3 candles. So this can take some time, okay? So this is a starter burst. I mean, I'm not going to move my stop loss yet until we get an actual burst out of this. Okay, somewhat of a burst, not good enough for me. Gonna let it come back if it needs to, and that's all good. So we take a loss right there. Fantastic. Beautiful loss. Now you guys know I'm not cheating. Not cheating the system out here, okay? So we get another break. Now we've made multiple MBs to the top side, right? The MBs are holding themselves nonstop, clustering all over. A triple M to the short side would make a lot of sense. I'm happy to take that. This is beyond overextended to its mouth. So if I get a clean triple M, I'm happy to take it. Okay, very simple. Yep, all good, all good. Okay, some of the main selling that you'd want to see is coming in. I want to look for sells up and top at the top of the MB, right? So that would be up here. Otherwise, I'm not really interested in getting involved in the sideways movement here, so I'm not going to look to do that. Okay, price taps into here and is now creating the first set of a triple M, right? It's closing up here. This is a triple M. Happy to take the long off of that. And once again, we're going to look for the burst to the upside, right? Very simple. We're going to place order, 1%, enter at market. Yep, good to go. And let's play it forward. So there we go. We're in. Now we're looking for a burst to start to manage, okay? Very simple. If it doesn't want to do that, we'll close, right? Or we'll take a loss, whatever it is. Yep, very nice loss. You can see we're still up on our overall P&L somehow. It's probably because of the thing that happened back here where it closed the full position, but that's fine. This can still be an absorption plus a triple M, which would be really, really nice. The actual low itself it's on its way to be broken, but that doesn't always matter. Some of these guys don't matter anymore at all. Some of these don't matter at all, right? We want to make sure we're always aware of where we are. Weekly, made that MB1, actually just made the MB2, and that's coming directly from some deep area in here, as well as this area right here. So, yep, there we go. So we can watch for something like that. And the daily, I can't tell if it broke or not, but we just want, I want to see a better break anyway, so it's fine. All right, well, all good. Okay, tapped into that. Now we can start to anticipate a triple M, right? If it starts to trade up, or if it doesn't make a triple M here, the next one could be an anticipation triple M. So we're going to make it 1 hour. So this, we're going to let it finish, of course. We want to let this candle finish as a triple. Well, it's already made too big of a move, so we're gonna force anything here. But this has clearly become a break now, right? Right here, we've gotten a break that's made an MB1. So this could be a reaccumulation model, of course. We're gonna keep this guy here just for the sake of potential. If it wants to give us a trade, then we might take it, because again, we don't always know. But usually this is going to be a reaccumulation model to keep going long, right? So this is going to still be a great target up here, and otherwise this would be a target right here. All right, very easy. And again, I want to be taking my triple M's near highs or lows of a market or within S&Ds. So it's, you know, there's time for one failure or it's done, right? Simple. So coming up near there, again, this is going to be an easy reaccumulation, but based on the triple M movement here, we might be able to get a short going. Let's see what happens. See if we can reach above now. So this is constituting a triple M now, right? Right here, you can see this candle closed. This one is making that anticipatory move, and this would be the wick above. And now the question is, do we want to see a move back into here or not? I mean, this is the first MB in the overall move. We have a lot of potential for the downside. Our main daily time frame is what? Made multiple MBs to the top side, made one break. I actually would not take this. I'm just gonna let it go. That's fine. There's just more there's just more things saying bullish than there are bearish, even if this gives us a bearish push, okay? There we go. But what's cool is if this comes deeper into this range now, right, and maybe absorbs even, I'm happy to take a triple M to the top side. So we're gonna see what happens here. Yep, cool. Coming right down. Would have been a great triple M setup, but that's fine. You know, we're not here to take everything. We could also understand that due to the nature of what we're already looking for, the fractal breaks inside of here are creating an S&D 2.0 off of this. So a triple M in here is also very much in tune with what we're looking for, which lines up with, you know, the triple M here, or if we want to see that absorption to keep going long, that's part of the reaccumulation model as taught in the mentorship, okay? See what we get here. Alrighty, let's go to 4 hour until we tap into something. I'm not really interested in trading this inside price action. All right, so we're coming close. I want to see it tap in. There we go. Nice little tap. And now we can look for a triple M. There we go. That's the absorption we're looking for. All I'm thinking right now is longs, and I want to see a triple M to give me a long, right? Very, very simple. So nothing for me to do here. You know, there's just nothing there. Yes, this is a triple M now that we could trade. We could buy here with a stop loss here, but again, what's the problem with that? The RR is awful on it, so I'm not willing to take risk on that. I'm just going to wait. That's just how it's going to go. We can still tap back in, right? Because what we're doing now is we're building a S&D 2.0 based mitigation that's extremely clear, right? So if this wants to keep building these S&D 2.0 mitigations, well, that's going to be in line with what we're looking for, right? Because we're looking for longs. And again, just because you guys know the structure rules that I personally use, you need to realize that, you know, the thing I found profitability doing is trading context and understanding how structures work together. So notice how I'm using the daily, and I haven't stepped down, but I can still see and understand the structural deliveries of an even lower time frame, right? And again, even though we have some zones drawn, doesn't mean we're using them, right? Just like we saw this happen, we didn't use it as a short at all. We're still looking for the potential longs. And currently, if we get a beautiful triple M, then I'm happy to take that long. That's why I'm going a little bit slower on this. So we might see it come and take out a low. Not yet. Hopefully it does. That'd be really, really nice. Okay, cool. Maybe we get a triple M off that move. So there we go. Now let's hope we close up. Okay, great. If this, okay, so this is now becoming triple M. Let's hope it closes as a triple M. Okay, or the next one. This one can do it as well. So notice if this one basically comes right above this and closes somewhere above this, that could be a really nice long. Simple as that. Right? Nope. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So this build-up, cluster, whatever you want to call it, on a different time frame didn't work out. The MB2 was created. We're now double MB down, but this could easily still be a reaccumulation model and an absorption of this was a weekly, right? So this is a weekly. So this is all part of the weekly. This refinement here is part of that weekly as well. So this could all still be part of that reaccumulation model, right? This would be a reaccumulation model now, and it's hitting the weekly area we spoke about, where we spoke about there's probably a refined area in here. So that's exactly what it's hitting, which is great because now we can look to trade a potential triple M off of this, right? Very easy. Yep. So that's beginning to be a triple M. Right, so at that point, anticipation-wise, even though it's not complete yet, very happy to take that. No problem. We can place that order, 1% risk at market. Very easy, and we're in. Boom. All right, see if we get a burst out of this. So we get burst 1, that's candle 1. We get burst 2. Let's see if it closes. There we go. We can move our stop loss just to manage that candle. Now we want to see a third burst. Let's get our third burst out of this, just because that's what I've noticed. Cool. We've got another burst out of that. We're going to close 90% of our position, hopefully. Percentage to close. Please close 90%. Yes. Do I have to press play? Is that why? Amazing. Okay, so we closed some of our position there, and the rest we can easily manage. So we've managed the bursts. Great. Hopefully it just goes, and we get taken out. Fantastic. Beautiful trade. Alrighty. What are we up? How are we doing today? Cool. Up 25K on a $1 million account. Not bad. Let's keep going for a little bit because I'm having fun. So why not? It's an enjoy. So we got the double MB down. That's coming from here. We're probably going to see mitigation into longs, right? So we're going to see mitigation into longs. Where could we see those longs come from? Well, once again, this is building up the thing we speak about all the time. So we can follow the F double MBs here, right? We have MB1, MB2, MB3, MB4, which is way too many MBs anyway to use for potential longs. So I'm not going to use those. I'm going to get rid of those. Instead, we're just going to keep following this. If we do get a push back down somehow, we might see it come into like here and then go for a long there, right? Because that would make the reaccumulation model become really clean. So let's see what we get. Okay, so what I'm seeing right here, actually, okay, so we've clearly, we're still inside of this double MB down, but again, that's not the thing we use to go long or short. We're using the overall context of the market, which is extremely long still. So we're going to keep following along. Speaking about structure, relatively, if we want to talk about maybe intermediary-wise, we have an MB break right here. So that's just one MB to the top side, and the second MB would happen with a break of this, of course, which is coming directly from this unmitigated portion, which is actually just getting hit. And as it's doing that, it's actually creating a triple M. But I'm going to give this some time to develop because I'm uncertain. 1 hour, because I'm uncertain about what it wants to do, right? So maybe we get an absorption of it. Yeah, so you can see we just kind of push right through it. Yeah, so there's nothing really here for me, right? I'm not going to look to take anything here because like I don't want to see it instantly start supporting that price action. Otherwise, I'm not really happy with it. This is a decent triple M you might be taking, but I'm not interested in it. I just want to see clear, right? This is more so in the middle of a range and under the range I predicted price would want to potentially stop at. So to me, this is like a range bound market or market that might even come down, which is why I'll wait, right? Simple as that. This would be my next target as well. You know, just an area to potentially manage. Again, why do I draw these targets? Because I want to know that when I enter a trade, there's decent RR for me. But you can see that long might be working out nicely. Who knows? Yeah, so now what we have is those fractal MBs that we looked at, right? With these fractal MBs here, they're finally starting to break down, right? We got some breakdowns, and now we're breaking back up FMB1, FMB2. So we're building, right, from here and down here, potentials for long. So if we get clear triple M's off of these, no reason we can't trade those, right? Very, very simple. Let's see what we get. So that's making a third. I'm not gonna look at that any longer, right? Because that's made a 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna force anything off of that now. And it didn't even make a cluster, so I'm not gonna follow that. Instead, I'm going to wait for clear price action again, right? So, right, 3 rebroke down, rebreaking up, so that's MB1. And again, we can follow but we're getting close to the target, so there might not be a trade here, but based on the triple M we get, we'll see what we can do, right? Very simple. 1. Cool. Maybe we get a triple M off this. Okay, so it reaches below. Let's see if it gets bought up at that zone. Nope, doesn't get bought up. It's very close. It could be an absorption. Based on how this closes, we might take another long. Does not look like it. Nothing to do there. Make that small again. Yeah, and we're just waiting. There's nothing really to play with here. Nothing intermediary, nothing impressive, nothing important. We still have the S&D 2.0 built up from these prior S&Ds, which is still part of the double MB down, which is still part of this overall long expectation, which has been, you know, qualified from the monthly and weekly. So we're good to go. See what we get. See if we jump down into that zone for an S&D 2.0 kind of tap. Let's go to a 4 hour and just let it come in there if it wants to. Otherwise, we will be waiting. Okay, so we jump into there. Let's jump back up to an hour. Wait for triple M now. Very simple. Right. Reaches below, playing around, playing around. Yeah. Right. So this is now what's called the fractal triple M, right? This would be the close. Candle opens, comes below that, and is now within the anticipatory triple M and creating a potentially clean market, right? Breaking the fractalized MB as well. So I see this as a fine trade. We'll enter that. Stop loss below the low. Simple as that. Just like that. Look to place order of 1%. Market save. And let's see our burst of 2 to 3 candles at least. All right, we're in. So that's candle 1. That's a burst. Very nice. Looking for a candle 2. That's a burst. Not a burst. Not a burst. Let's let it end really quickly. There we go. Going to move our stop loss to the low of that candle. Simple as that, right? Looking for this third candle to make a burst that we can close some money on. Very simple. Hopefully we get that. Let's let the candle end. Candle ended. We're going to close 90% of that position. Save. That's going to close 90%. And we're going to move our stop loss to under there. Boom. Close 90% of that position. Stop loss is under this low. Now we're going to allow it to go and manage it accordingly. If it doesn't, come and take us out again. Come on. Let's see it, boys. Making another triple M, but doing it off of... broke the intermediary here, left some area behind here. I'm not going to look to re-enter here. I'm just going to let it go now. Right, very simple. Now I'm going to manage with the FMBs, or not the FMB, sorry, with the MBs. Intermediary or normal, doesn't matter. Both are fine. But I'm not going to manage with lows anymore. I'm going to give it the room that it might need, right? So I'm going to go up a time frame now, and we're just going to play this out now. Play it out a little bit quicker is fine. There we go. Just let it do its thing. So what do we see? Let's just keep following this, right? Fractally wise, right? We made MB1, MB2, and that's being supported by basically this S&D here, right? Which makes this like the protected low still. So, you know, we can move this just a little bit higher to that protected low, but there's nothing else right now. I want to see it keep going at this point to keep managing this, okay? But that's another triple M. That would have been a fine entry right there. You can see that would have been the first burst, and you'd be looking for for one or two more candles there if you wanted to keep following that. So we made the third break, and at that point, we would not be moving to this low just because that's actually making a reaccumulation model now. So this is still good for longs. Don't see why this can't continue long now. Let's allow it to do its thing. Okay, cool. And we get stopped out of that trade. Beautiful. Yep, nothing to do there. And we're back to it. So let's take a look at where we are. The S&D 2.0s are still building up. This is being... You know, this one was catalyzed by this one. This one's not being catalyzed by this one. All of them are building up that move, and it's all still part of that double MB that we're inside of right here. Holy shit. Yeah, we're still inside of that. You know, that would make this a target, but we're still inside it, and we're still building the overall long idea, and we're still trading off of that weekly here, which means this is all absorption. So off another bullish triple M, I'm happy to take this long. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see what we get. So getting the triple M. Right, so if this candle basically comes above here, that's a very good sign for longs. Let's see if we get that. Yeah, why not? So we'll take an entry, stop loss under the low, right? Well, again, what's happening there? Why? Remember, think about it as this candle closes, right? Candle closes, it had a low down here. Next candle opens, this would be this middle candle right there. Next candle opens, right? Comes down, makes a wick all the way here, right? And then we have to imagine this candle as part of this candle, which means the body closed right there. And again, what is that? That's a triple M, right? So again, fractally thinking about price. Notice how I've not gone below the daily chart, but we're still focusing and trading the exact same concepts taught in this course. All right, let's place order. Let's make that a market. 1%. What's going on? Let's try it again so it doesn't break. There we go. Buy, market, save. Beautiful. Let's get our burst now, shall we? Ooh. Oh, shit. Okay, candle 1 of burst. Cool. We're exiting on the second burst now because this is a very large burst. So let's give the second candle a chance to burst. All good. So now stop loss goes under there. We're just going to fractally manage that at the moment. We're going to close 90% because this this made a candle of burst. We gave it another chance to make a burst, but it didn't. So we're just going to exit that position at 90%. Save. Play that really quickly. Boom. Stop loss got moved. Very good. And onwards. Okay, we got another burst. So at that point, that honestly would have been the better close. That's your 2 bursts. Very good. What we'll do is we'll close another. No, we won't. We're just going to leave the rest to run with the proper. We managed to break even and then to that. And now fractally, we can once again, you can see we're building up another S&D 2.0 off of this S&D 2.0 buildup. It's fucking crazy. Nonetheless, we made an intermediary break here. That's coming from here or here. So yeah, we're just going to let this manage itself. Take profit goes off to the wazoo. And we're out. Beautiful. Cool. Yeah, why not? Let's just keep going, man. This is just a lot of fun at the moment. This is still part of its own intermediary move, right? Yeah, that could be a target in the future. This is a target up here. Very good. We made the intermediary break here, and that lines up with this S&D 2.0 buildup. Very cool to see. Fractal MBs, 1, 2, 3, and now we're breaking down. So it might be making a reaccumulation model right now, which means a triple M into here would be phenomenal. See what we got to do. No way, man. Stop it. Not again. Okay, 1 hour. So again, same thing goes. There might be a trade here based on how this one closes. Okay, making the triple M. Nope. Okay, making another triple M. Okay, so I don't want to give it another chance to keep going up. You can see that this again meets that same rule, just like that. We're going to place an order once again on this 1%, market, save, and we're in. Just gonna let it do its thing. Let's let the first, what is it, 2 or 3 burst candles, right? That's candle 1. It was a burst and it unbecame a burst, but that's fine. We're going to count it as a burst. This is candle 2 of a burst, so we might close on this candle based on how it closes. Yeah, I mean, this is looking like a good close if it closes like that. Let's see. Cool. We're going to close 90% of our position and save. Our stop loss will go below the burst candle. And there we go. Yep. Third burst candle now. Let's see what it does. Ooh. Clean save. Third burst candle. We are happy to move the SL there. Let's follow the structure now. So right now, nothing to really manage to structural wise. So we're good to just hold this as is. Let's see what price wants to do now. Breaks the high, but it's near the MB2 of this intermediary push here. So we're going to allow that to occur. Okay, that did occur. Very nice. Now that makes this the protected low, but this is already within the stop loss. So we're just going to leave it as is. Going to extend, no wait, not that one. We're going to extend the take profit. Cool. There we go. Just going to keep playing this. Yeah, just bursting up. Not bad. That's breaking this now, which is still making around that area, the protected area. Again, I'm just going to protect myself with the burst candle that just happened. Again, if the burst wants to hold, then great. If it doesn't, then it's going to fail itself anyway. Going to keep on letting this go. Next one's not a burst candle. We'll keep this low here. All good. That's a pretty burst candle. So we're just going to keep on we're just going to keep mitigating risk like this. That's a burst candle. Sure. Why not? Keep mitigating risk like this. Man, it's just insane. It's just insane what they do for us. Yep, all good. Gave it a chance to run, and it did run. Very nice. Yeah, looking like it wants to stop bursting. Okay, it's just going to keep bursting. That counts as a burst candle. We'll keep on moving with the bursts. Jeez, man. Hopefully this takes me out so it can be over, man. Somewhat of a burst. We're just going to keep it here. Let it keep on making its move. All right, making maybe a reaccumulation now. All right. There we go. This is the craziness. And all we did was a daily, weekly, and monthly. We did the weekly and monthly to get a general bias. And we followed the daily with its intermediary pushes, the multi-intermediary, and its normal MBs. Right? And now we can do, hopefully. So we've made 90K. That's very nice. That's a good amount of money. So now what we can do is hopefully we can jump out of this and take a look at some metrics for you guys. Because this thing also offers metrics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a link. Probably, and hopefully provide that link to you guys. But okay, so let's just save. I don't know. GJ test. Cool. How do I get out of this, man? How do I get out of this? What am I doing? Oh. Okay. I guess we just have to reload it. So let's reload it and take a look if we can analyze our play-by-play. So let's get started. Let's log back in. Okay, we're logged in. Cool. Starting balance, strategy, great. And analytics. Beautiful. So holy, we have a 71% win rate. That's a little bit crazy, but it's all good. Average RR 2.86. Ideal average RR is 80. Okay, I don't know what that means. Cool. So Cool. We got some little trades by sessions. Win rate was best basically during Asia. That's funny. Total trades, most were taken in New York. Max RR was in New York. And profit was in Asia. Cool. I don't know what any of that means, but that's great. Yeah. Not bad. A fun little analysis. Now again, I'd prefer, like, I'd probably use a different what's it called, like software, but this was just for showcasing live price. It's more of the trading view interface that I like, so I'm happy to use it. But if we can go back here, can I reopen this? Continue. Oh, I can just continue this later too. Very cool, very cool. Not bad at all. Jump back to the daily because that's what we were using. Yeah. So there you go. Small replica. Remember, we spoke about these. I mean, small recap. We spoke about these two guys and we said we didn't need to see shorts into them. If something presented like that, we could follow it, but we don't want to force anything like that. We saw the MBs building the clusters and we looked to follow that up. We started to follow the intermediary ones. I think we took a loss, right? Somewhere in here, if I'm not mistaken, maybe. I don't remember. Oh no, we took a win. Then we took a loss somewhere in here. Price began to break down and we began to follow the inside price. We decided not to take the short here, even though it still worked out. And we could have followed the intermediary breaks as well to follow that down, but we didn't. We just assumed reaccumulation. As it kept coming down, we looked, I think, off a triple M here and we took that up and made some money on that. We started seeing the S&D 2.0s form and we started following some inside S&Ds here, some of which just... None of which held, actually. None made a triple M. Everything just kind of failed there. All good. You can see how even though when we're failing, we're not taking trades, right? Because again, a lot of people think they need to have their analysis right. Came back down into the S&D 2.0 buildups. Looked to take that. Looked to keep following it off of some zones in here, but none of those provided an opportunity. Made like 3-4 MBs or so we stopped watching. Came back down. Reaccumulation model. Exactly what I teach you guys in the mentorship. Watch take it again. Took it up. Failed back down. Took it up again. Rode it up with the burst. Now, you're not always going to get bursts like this. This is crazy. I guess it's... Oh, it's GJ, so I guess maybe that makes sense. But I picked this guy randomly. Again, it doesn't really matter. You already paid me. You're already here. So if I want to bullshit you, then I don't know why I would do that. But this is just a showcase of how you can take a concept like the triple M and then the anticipatory understanding of it or fractal understanding of it and then apply it to any time frame. This is how you build out a trading edge. This is how you understand. This is how you build out your understanding of direction, of trade movement, of price movement, because it's all based on fractals. All right. And I'm probably just going to do some more of this a little bit later, right? Oh no, is there a way I can view my my not stats, just like a journal? Is there like a journal thing? Maybe I'll go back to FX replay. Let's see. Analytics. Probably somewhere in here, right? Does it just have trades? Advanced analytics? All right, cool. Day. Export. Make sure I don't have any Excels open. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, cool. Cool. Oh, nice. And then it gives you some risk reward stats, which you can just plug. Oh, this is great. And then you can plug those right into your data collection based on whatever thing you're trading, right? Plug in everything as you need to. Yeah, beautiful. P&Ls right here as well. Good to see. Can upscale that a little bit. Make that the dollar sign. Boom. Accounting, yeah. So yeah, every win is almost always greater than the loss. This is starting to look out like a profitable strategy. And if you were someone that wants to scale capital and trade millions of dollars, well, this is an easy way to do it. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this little live trading video just for the mentorship, just showcasing a little bit how you actually want to start using the concepts here and how you can literally close to do anything with them if you put your mind to it. If you take the time to understand and experience how these concepts deliver with price. And yeah, guys, I'm going to leave a little link for everyone to join up with FX Replay, and bless you all. Thank you very much. All right, peace. Nice. Okay, what's up? Welcome back. So I actually just continued going. I think we stopped around this impulse, if I remember correctly, and then from there I started following some intermediary shorts. Nothing set up. Tried to follow some longs. I think I took a loss in there. Tried to follow some longs here. I think I took a loss in there as well. Tried to follow along from here. Took a minor win. Might have gotten stopped out. I don't remember necessarily, but all good. Started to follow the intermediary moves up. They just came up instantly. Started following some intermediary moves down and then some moves up. I don't remember if I got anything here, but just continued trading it. Same exact rules, just got a lot better in my own management. I think something that you guys will learn that's very important is that as you do something like this, as you do these kind of exercises, you're going to learn things about your system that is very, very, that is going to make you basically make the most amount of money for that system, or whether you should be entering certain situations or shouldn't be. Like just even this last like hour, 2 hours of testing that I've done, I personally learned a lot about how I can manage these bursts a lot better. So I kept trying to follow it. I was thinking about taking a long off this. It actually worked out very beautifully. Beautiful triple M right there. That would have just blown up, but I missed that one. All good. Kept following it, played it back and forth. I think I took a short here and took a loss. All good. Kept following it. Had this break, started following the intermediary, and then followed these guys here. Took like a win here, took a win here, and took a win in here. It was like insane. Last trade, I took a long somewhere in here, I believe. I forgot where, but I took a long in here off of a triple M, or of the anticipatory / fractal triple M. Then on this candle here, I believe I partialed most of the position just because it was just, you know, taking a long time. And once I got the first burst, I was happy to take it out. Second burst, I moved it to the stop loss, started going. This burst, I moved it to that stop and then got stopped out right there. So overall pretty nice. And then $114,000 up at the end of this. So I know you guys didn't see the entire and full replay, but I'm just showcasing what you can do for yourself when you go ahead and, you know, take a system, learn over time with experience how to use the concepts. And again, this is how the same equity curves that you see time and time again in the equity curve channel and all that fun stuff, this is how you see those develop. This is how they come to fruition. You saw me go through this. I think you guys saw me get off around here, right? I think you guys saw me get off here. Took a win off the charts, off the recording. Took a loss. Took one win and then one minor win. Then took a few losses in a row, and took some wins, minor loss, big win, and now we're sitting here at 114K, 11% up on the account, and pretty. And again, that's just one chart using the wrong one. That's just one chart using the monthly, the weekly, and the daily being the lowest time frame, and then using the daily with your understanding of structure across time frames to just get involved using triple M's or anticipatory triple M's or the fractal triple M's, just based on what is presenting in the moment. Because again, there's no such thing as one time frame to trading, and there's no such thing as just one confirm that takes you all the way. There's an understanding that is built. And yeah, I mean, this is just a quick little demonstration, right? So here I was a little bit more unsure about my rules as I develop my rules personally a little bit more, and just now I learned a lot about what I can add into this triple M on the higher time frame based system in terms of management. Yeah, there's a lot available in it. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed it. See y'all.